Hey, Chris and Brian here from Resolve Technology. Today, Chris is going to talk about why we separate out the guest network from the internal network for clients and why that's a good thing to do for your company. Chris, take it away.
Yeah, so generally, you have an internal network and you might have an isolated guest network for, small to medium-sized businesses. Generally, the guest network is, less restrictive. They can, use whatever apps on their phone they want. We're not really locking it down so they can't do nothing. But in the internal network, we like to reduce, I guess, the attack surface, you could say, and maybe improve to employees being more efficient. And we generally just allow them, access to whatever they need to do to complete their job. We don't really want to get in their way of doing their job, but we also want to protect the internal network and, prevent, things like Hulu, social media, TikTok, Instagram. They're, and a business owner might tell us that, there's no business use of any of those websites. Like, so, why have access to them?
Great.
And
Do you have an example there that you can show us on the screen?
Yeah, so this is just a lab environment, but this would act much like a internal network or a lockdown one. So essentially on here, if say we're just an employee over there and we wanted to just talk to our friends on Facebook, it's blocked by the application control on the firewall. And it tells you here with the category. Now, social media is tricky. A lot of businesses might do some kind of advertising or something on social media or potential new hires they might get from certain social media sites. So occasionally, we generally allow that. But some of the apps here, like Hulu and Netflix, they have no need for. So say we tried to launch the Netflix Windows Store app. They don't really need to be watching Netflix on their work. So it's not able to communicate with Netflix there. This little store app doesn't work.
Well, the bigger problem with Netflix too is, we can allow it on the guest network, but on the internal network, even the guest network, do you really want to consume, your bandwidth that you,
Right.
For your business, and clog it up with videos and things like that? Most clients don't want to do that. If they do want to do it, then we typically put it on the client network and we can actually throttle down the usage if needed.
Right.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So like, if you know what I mean, if there's certain applications you don't want people accessing, maybe something like remote access tools, you don't want people having persistent remote access to a machine. That's something you could lock down on an internal network. We generally don't block that on a guest network though, because it's mostly for, smartphones, various IoT devices, things like that.
Awesome. All right, Chris, thanks for your help.
Yep.